Yes, he sent it to me right now.
Sleeping on-
8:23. Looking at it, I'm gonna forward it to you guys.
Okay.
Purple cake. and
Purple cake.
I'm gonna forward it to everybody, to the
Is it
entire.
signed?
It's written.
Is
Look
it
into
signed,
it,
Chris?
then look into it yourselves, guys.
Okay, thanks.
This is Vince. Drum roll, drum roll.
It doesn't matter because they got no leaf, they won't be able to open. For the new issue.
I didn't get it yet.
They
I
have to-
started the recording already, just so you're aware.
They should send it to the committee.
Because the license is attached.
I sent it right now to the entire board, so you guys will receive it momentarily.
Okay.
Already
now then. See him done what we're doing.
I don't know, Sarah can't say anything about it.
There we go. Came in.
Came in.
Did everybody sign the sign-in sheet?
Yeah. Yes, I did. Oh, you got that? Yes.
This is for elected officials and,
Right, and now they're signed.
or guests, this is for the guests.
Just a reminder, if you're,
Double sign.
if you're in person,
Double sign.
also initial next to your name.
Oh, you should.
Yeah, but it's by them, it's not by the landlord.
Who's the landlord?
Landlord-
1927 Williamsburg Ridge.
There's a landlord right there.
Yeah, just me up in that.
Yeah, I looked up the landlord. There's no person, there's no individual's name attached to it. It's an LLC.
So it's 1927 Williamsburg.
Road LLC, yeah.
Yeah, so that.
There's a signature.
But the
page,
person
right?
who was landlord.
That's the problem.
here
That's why we did
is
it.
a different name.
That's why we did that.
That's why these LLCs are so hard to change.
Got no lead.
Yeah.
Well, he
Well,
has
well, we
it.
don't know that.
He has
Well,
it right
it's
here.
registered to an LLC and then somebody
Right.
else's name is actually signed on that LLC, not Eric Bell. Correct.
Yeah, it's a different person.
So maybe you wanna do some texting?
We're gonna-
Well, who texted the council member to contact?
Don't touch this board anymore right now. Oh. Tonight, she's signed off.
Yeah, I don't think that they're gonna sign all these. They should.
Not yet.
I mean, I don't really.
So he did say he had a partner.
You're right.
And he said.
Also, he had a partner, but he said that he asked his partner and his partner said no.
So now we have a contradiction.
So,
That's what we wanted.
Yeah.
was Evidence.
and the thing is still, the lease also says November 1st.
Of 2024?
Yeah, but also the
But
only thing is we have no guarantee that the person who signed this is the person who signed.
Correct.
That's true.
But we also
So
don't
it's
know
not
whether
notarized
Eric Bell's the
and
landlord.
So,
Can we attach it to the?
yeah, so there's a lot of.
So you're just gonna have to vote on your consciousness.
Well, OCM basically has to,
They're
Yeah, we don't
You're
want
doing a good job,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're doing this for them, yeah.
Yeah, we are. Right. So at the end of the day.
Wait, wait,
we
wait,
still
wait, wait,
don't
wait.
Know if they have a valid lease or not. So
right,
I think we're not gonna be able to
have that.
have that as part of what we make our decision on,
We-
because that right now is.
The committee voted, the motion made by the committee was for, no objection.
Right.
Now the board has to consider
Isn't
that.
that a family
They
dwelling?
could factor,
No.
right, whatever they want to.
Right.
We're just going on.
Let's go with, everybody's just going a gut feeling
Yeah.
anyway.
No, at the committee, we made a vote to send a letter of no objection. Once we get the lease. The lease says that, the lease shows his signatures on it. But again, we can't verify the person who was on the call earlier that said that they're the owners and said that they didn't give them a lease. Nor can we verify that the signatures on here are actually real. You know, they're the real people. So at this point, I think that's something and this is just my opinion. We have to take the lease issue off the table and make our determination based on everything else, because we can't.
Councilwoman saying that.
Yes, the councilwoman also, I'm not saying that the councilwoman Mamarato brought in somebody fake, but we as a board can't make the determination.
So.
Right, based on the person that.
Right.
Waiting.
1927. Well, Fernandez, according to the
Go.
OB, he filed a permit.
Recorded.
Oh, it start, okay.
Yeah.
So who's Eric Bell?
Good evening, everybody.
All right, let us begin.
This is an emergency meeting for a full board vote. We do have a quorum, an in-person quorum to have this meeting. It's Tuesday, January 9th, 2024. It's starting at 8:49, a little bit later than what we had started. And it's up here at Community Board 11 Office, 1741 Colden Avenue. So we're starting on our agenda with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I'll stand.
Here's a flag. Flag's right here.
Hey.
Pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a moment of silence for our fallen first responders, medical and military service personnel, and for those suffering throughout the world. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Sergeant Rollins.
Public statement. Right. Committee Board 11 meetings must be held in professional, hostile-free environment. The following rules of conduct are applicable to members of the public, Committee Board 11, and Committee Board 11 staff. Any action or behavior that disrupts or interferes with Committee Board 11 business will not be tolerated during any Committee Board 11 meeting. It may result in the individual or individuals being asked to leave. If the action or behavior continues, this may be considered disturbing the peace, and the appropriate authorities may be summoned. If the meeting is held remotely, the person may be muted or expelled for the remainder. Repeated violations by the same person or group of people may result in further action by the community board. All public speakers must address the full board or the committee with their concerns. Electioneering for a position other than officer, Committee Board 11, is prohibited. Engaging in acts of violence, including threats, are grounds for immediate suspension of the right to attend meetings pending review by the Ethics and Disciplinary Committee. Respect the equality, diversity, and privacy of all persons by respecting and valuing differences of culture and opinion. Refrain from unpleasant or disparaging remarks and other actions. Abstain from all forms of harassment by actively discouraging it. Disseminating false information is prohibited. Thank you.
Okay, next on our agenda is the gallery session. Do we have registered speakers?
Get three person.
Okay,
I think we did.
I think it's Delgado is one.
I said, oh, it's false.
I think she's good. So-
Jeremy, who else do
Yeah,
we
so-
have?
So I'll tell you the order of people. I think Charlene Jackson Mendez. I think she was in the meeting. Is she still here? Yeah, she's still here. Charlene?
Yep, I'm present.
Yeah, you wanted to speak tonight, right?
Yes.
And then, so before you start, after her, I mean, if I'm wrong, anybody, if you know, then it's Bobby Press. And then I don't know if anybody else registered. We asked a lot of people to join online, which is a little unusual. So people sometimes like to register in person. But yeah, those two I know of. Oh, and then Miguel Dyer also registered, but I don't know if he's actually joining this meeting.
I also registered. This is Ed Murphy.
Okay.
okay, I'd like to, before we start with the gallery session, I'd just like to clarify
Oh.
that this meeting is gathered for a full board vote on one specific issue, which is a cannabis application that has a deadline. And how that relates to our gallery session is that anyone speaking, this is not a regular full board meeting.
They could speak on any of these.
Oh, and also, yes, the other motions that are here. So, anything that is outside of the motions that are on the agenda, are the subjects of that are basically not to be asked to be speaking. We need to just speak on the motions and the specifics of what's on our agenda. Okay, that is the nature of an emergency meeting. So again, this is not a regular full board meeting. This is an emergency meeting, which requires a full board vote. Okay,
Right. There will be a full board meeting later in the month, a regular full board meeting, but that's not tonight.
right.
So
Okay,
also, I know the council member's office did want to speak tonight. I know we were going to put them at last, but I got a couple complaints already about somebody in the chat, maybe abusing or violating our conduct.
Yeah.
Can we ask
Yes.
somebody to sign? Yes.
Can we monitor the chat?
I can't keep time and monitor at the same time.
Yeah.
So,
They're not required to be on
the code of conduct,
Yeah, and
code of conduct applies to the chat also.
Yeah.
Okay, who's on first?
Charlene,
Next started.
Let me know when you're ready. I got it.
I just need to make sure I understand what you're saying. So I'm not allowed to discuss what I prepared to discuss? You can't say anything unless it's related to the motion?
Yes.
The motion, yes, because this meeting is just emergency meeting for specific items. So, if they relate to any of the four motions or,
Okay, no, they don't, but then I will just say, please, if that's the case, then the public needs to be made aware of because of this, because then you prepare for something and you spend a lot of time and then you can't say what you wanted to say because I wasn't informed of that.
Well, you were going to speak about cannabis applications, were you not?
But it's a broad statement and I had an announcement that I wanted to make. But I guess
Related to cannabis applications?
no, the announcement was about a lovely event that we're having in Van Ness, but I suppose I can just put it in the chat since you have this rule.
Yeah, if you could. I thought you were speaking about cannabis applications.
Okay.
Because that's what you registered, sign up before, I think, in the December meeting.
Yes, Jeremy, but forgive me if I'm thinking I have a bit more freedom than to have to.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I thought.
Yeah. Okay, we got it, Jeremy. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Charlene. Sorry about that. Also, so in terms of the chat, I mean, I think it's clear that the person that's putting stuff in the chat is just putting stuff in there to, I don't know, create a distraction. I think
Alright.
that's the violation.
Can we open the chat so I can see it, please?
What's that?
There's a code of conduct even in the chat.
Okay.
so he's,
Well,
This
then
is what he
that
did
goes
say.
for anything. Free speech goes for.
All right. If anything posted in the chat goes against the code of conduct that was just read, I'll give you one warning. After that one warning, if it happens again, you'll be kicked out of the meeting. All right.
Yeah.
Now we do have two other speakers. Please.
Okay, let's continue with our speaker.
Okay, this is to the Purple Cake application. I spoke about speaking to the agents of the property. The person said he got his lease in November. I spoke in the beginning of December, asking the agent if they were renting to a cannabis dispensary, and the person said, no, they weren't renting to the cannabis dispensary. It did not sound like Mr. Bell, so it had to be his partner. Okay, and from what I'm told here, that Mr. Bell owns 125 and his partner owns 127.
No, that's not what
No?
I'm told. No.
Okay, well,
The next
Oh.
line.
Let's say for a minute.
Go ahead.
Say yes, minutes.
all right. Now, the councilwoman who represents 85% of this board area then came on at my behest to say that she spoke to the owner and that they were not renting it to a cannabis dispensary. The person who was the partner of him, that we now know that he owns 125, the place next, what is it, 125? Yeah,
1927.
1927, pardon me. He owns 1925. Okay, supposedly, I'm told here by a member. All right, but they're partners who own both places. And I asked that the board vote this resolution down and replace it with a resolution that says
30
no
seconds.
to the cannabis dispensary at 1927 Williamsbridge Road. Thank you.
I'm sorry,
Can I?
Rex, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
The partner you said that was not Eric Bell, do you recall that individual's name?
No, I didn't ask for the name, unfortunately. I just said, I want to open up a cannabis dispensary here, and I was told, no, I'm not renting to a cannabis store or dispensary.
We don't really know who it is.
If you want to question me, go ahead.
That was the question. That was it. That was the only question I had for you.
I will tell you that I'm a former community board member for 6 years, vice president 2 years.
All right, the
and-
2 minutes, the 2 minutes were passed. Thank
I'm
you.
just answering the question.
I don't think the question was asked, but thank you.
That was just one question.
Yeah.
One question.
Okay.
Next up, Miguel Dyer.
Let me know when to start, Miguel.
I don't think he's on. I think he.
No, he said something in the chat. I thought he was
I don't
still
see
on.
him.
Did you disconnect? 57.
Oh,
Oh, there's a.
oh, there he is. Oh, wow.
Sheesh.
Miguel, do you still want to speak?
Got down mute now.
Do you want to move on to the next one? and
Yeah.
circle back?
I'm
Oh,
happy,
he's got a
okay.
microphone.
Let us
Okay.
know when you can speak. We'll come back to you. Ed Murphy,
You know when to start, Ed?
I know someone over here.
Can you, yeah, there he is. He just,
Ed, you're muted. Can you unmute yourself?
There he is.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
Let me know when to start.
7-Eleven lighted the cannabis operation that wants to be approved there. The same stuff that I mentioned at previous meetings is going on. As soon as that door opens, the smell of marijuana permeates the sidewalk there. You got children that are going in there, and I mean children, because they go in seeing what's displayed there, you know, the chips and the candy bars and all the sodas. So they're not acting in good faith. If they were supposedly were getting a new partnership to go in there, it's the same thing. It's like if you were gonna approve a liquor license for a bar and they're still serving minors. What's the difference? That's all I got to say. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
That's all we have for registered people.
No,
So-
the council member's office registered too.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
So I
So-
think Renata's in the meeting. Renata?
Yes, I'm in the meeting.
There she is. Renata.
Sorry.
Just say who you represent, please.
Hi, good evening. My name is Renata. I'm here representing City Councilwoman Christy Marmorato.
Oh, shit.
Do you have anything?
You say about this?
Did you want to speak on any of the?
Oh, yeah, I didn't know if I could speak now, if I had to speak at the end.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Now's your time. You can speak.
Okay, great. So I'm here representing Christy Marmorato's office. I just want to give some quick updates. Her office is located at 3040 East Tremont Avenue. Her phone number is 718-931-1721. Our email is district13@city@council.nyc.gov. Our team is up and running. We invite everyone to come by, say hi, get a cup of coffee or some water, and share some of your concerns with us. And the only thing I have is that on Monday, January 15th, City Councilwoman Christy Marmorato, along with the Department of Sanitation and the Van Nest Neighborhood Alliance, will be hosting a cleanup event in Van Nest to honor Martin Luther King Jr. And if you have any questions, you can always email me directly at rsclavo@council.nyc.gov. And just please, everyone, have a good night and get home safe.
Thanks, Renata. And Lee from the mayor's office is on also?
Yeah, if I could just say one thing though, just remind everybody, if you're gonna be counted for attending this meeting tonight and you're a board member, you do have to have you're remotely, you do have to have your video on, or you will not be counted as present for the meeting.
Correct.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Happy New Year's. I actually was just joining the meeting. I know this is an emergency meeting, but I would never miss the opportunity to say hi to everyone and also just to wish everyone a happy New Year's. This is Alina Dow with the Mayor's Community Affairs. And as always, it's good to see you all. I will be joining you for hopefully in person. I had surgery on my ankle, but hopefully I'll be able to join you in person for your full board meeting. That's it. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Alina. Feel
Hello?
better.
Thank you. Yes.
I'm sorry, this is Eric Bell.
Hold on, Mr. Bell. Let us just finish what we're doing and then you're more than welcome to speak.
Oh, no problem. I'm just happy to get on. It's a
Thank you.
challenge. Okay, sorry.
Okay, and we have Evan from Assemblymember Sakaro's office.
Has to be unmuted.
And he should be able to mute himself.
Hi, can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes.
It's, hi, I'm sorry, I'm feeling under the weather, but it's Evan from Assembly Member Zakara's office. Just wanted to wish everybody a happy and a healthy new year. We're all looking forward to 2024 and everything that's to come ahead. I know this was an emergency meeting. I don't want to take up too much of everybody's time, but you know, please come to our office, 2018 Williamsbridge Road, 718-409. 0109 is our number, and you know, and look out for our income.
Thank you, Evan. Okay, so do we have the gallery people?
Veronica, just quick question, because in case Evan leaves, didn't you guys have a question for his office earlier? At the previous meeting? I don't know if you want, if he's gonna stay around for the whole thing?
Does anybody want to say anything?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Am I wrong about that? At the last meeting, you had questions for his office.
Yes,
It was about the arrest.
about the arrest.
So for, which one was it, AM? Hold on.
AM convenience.
Yeah, AM convenience. Do you know anything about any kind of sheriff's activity that might have gone on at that location? I'm sorry, I'm gonna give you the address in 1 second as soon as I bring it up.
The one right across from his office.
2011A Williamsbridge Road.
All right, so you're talking about the convenience slash smoke shop across from our office?
Yes.
Okay, so there was an investigation there last year, the end of last year, in November, I believe. I don't have the particulars in front of me, but there was a significant amount of illegal cannabis and tobacco products that were seized, as well as money, edibles. As far as I believe there was an arrest that was made, but I'm not positive on that. I had to check the sheriff's information that was provided to us.
Okay, thank you. Does anybody else have any questions for him? No? All right, thank you, Evan. That's what we needed to know.
Evan, this is Chris from the Community Board 11 staff. Can you forward me, if possible, if it's a public information, to us, so at least I can put it on our?
Absolutely. Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Darnell. I'm the Chief of Staff for the Assembly Member. I'm just going to jump in a little bit here. So there were arrests made. We have sent that information out actually with our newsletters. If you haven't received it, I'll be more than happy to send that to you guys and forward it over, where you'll have all the information, how many arrests, what was found, and all the details. So feel free to reach out to me. My email is bashirio@nyassembly.gov, and I'll be more than happy to send that over.
Ornella, would you mind sending it over to Chris at the board office, just so we have it
We're
handy?
saying, pal?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Kenny Sanders.
Okay,
And
Kenny?
we have Kenny Augusto from the Bronx Borough President's Office. Hi, Kenny.
Hi, Happy New Year, Happy Three Kings Day. The Bronx Borough President marked 2 years today of the Twin Parks fire. We will never forget the 17 lives lost that day. This fatal fire is a painful reminder of the importance of fire safety. Our office is working diligently with the FDNY, the Mayor's Office, community groups on scheduling fire safety training, smoke alarm installation. Please reach out for more information. The community board applications will go live within the next week. This is a notice for those who are up for reappointment and those who are interested in joining the board. The application will be fully electronic and found on our website, and it will be English and Spanish. Boards were expected to vote on the City of Yes proposal by this week. Please upload your recommendations to the city planning portal and reach out if there's any questions. The borough president has been working on enhancing the, healthy New York, healthy Bronx. We're working to groups of diabetics, as well as people that have asthma, as well as other people. So we're working very diligently with the community. the LGBTQIA plus task force is working with HIV, ending the epidemic task force, as well as other groups that are together. So we wish a robust new year. We're looking to roll our sleeves and work together, and everyone be safe leaving this meeting, going back home. And I on behalf of the borough president, we appreciate those that went out in inclement weather to make that quorum. So please be careful going back. Thank you.
Thank you, Kenny.
Thank you.
Bernard or Veronica, either one, whoever. So, no, we already put one member of the public on notice for basically spamming the chat. And I think they should be expelled for particularly this comment at 9:02 p.m. Miss Dow, please yell at them again. They're so rude to the public and so dismissive. That basically they're telling the mayor's office to yell at the community board. I think this person should be expelled.
That's not really. That's not really. Yeah, fine. We're fine.
Good.
I mean, here.
Yeah, I just feel like they're just. I mean, the chat should be used for, what it really should be for, to point out.
Well, this should be a warning. There's a code of conduct for the chat also, and we've discussed this before. This is nothing new, and we have a code of conduct. So, if they want to continue with this is a warning. It's a verbal warning. So please, you've had your opportunity to speak. That's great. Let's move on.
We have Harmony from Senator Bailey's office on. I don't know if
Is
you want
she-
to speak.
Is she on the, if she would like to
Harmony,
speak?
do you want to speak?
I just provided my updates in the chat. Just feel free to reach out to our office if anything. And thanks so much. Happy New Year, everyone.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Okay. So is that it for the gallery session?
We have it, Mr. Bell, did he
Yeah,
want
Mr.
to
Bell's
say
here.
anything?
Yeah, but that's, I know what, Miguel, are you able to speak now?
I'm back.
Hi.
All right. No, I just wanted to say again what I said in the economic development meeting. I just think that using the same kind of criteria for 7-Eleven and the others, it seems to me that both of them are kind of unsubstantiated claims. So I find it interesting that one is going to be an opposition and one of them is going to be no opposition. So I just think, just in the interest of fairness, if both things are unsubstantiated, I don't understand why one is getting an opposition and one isn't. Thank you.
Thank you. So, in the interest of time, I want to do the two liquor licenses combined together. Since I think that's it for gallery, right? There's
What about
nobody else.
Mr. Bell?
Bell want to say?
Mr. Bell is going to be speaking on Purple Cake.
Okay.
So I'd like to give him the opportunity to speak on it when we're doing the motion.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just get these two liquor licenses. So we have two renewal liquor license applications. One is Lynn's Asian Cuisine, 1506 Bronxdale Avenue. The other is Liberty Diner, 2059 Williamsbridge Road. The 49th precinct has not had any issues with these two locations. There was no issues brought up to the committee during the meeting about either one of these locations. So we have a motion to send a letter of no objection for Lynn's Asian Cuisine and Liberty Diner for the renewal liquor license applications. We don't need a second because it was seconded in committee. So I'll ask now, is there any discussion? Okay, since we have people online, I'm going to ask if there are any objections. Gotta make sure I can see everybody. I gotta close this for a second. Okay, no objections from the community board. Any abstentions from the community board? We have one abstention. Anybody else? Two abstentions? Okay, we have two abstentions. Motion passes. And just the extensions, just for the record, because I'm not sure if they're captured, is Angel and Ed.
Do you want to write it on here?
Oh, no, I'm putting it here.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. So next up, we have Purple Cake. And that is located at 1927 Williamsbridge Road, and this is for a cannabis license application. So, we did have the Purple Cake representative at our meeting earlier tonight. One of the issues that came up was that, the applicant said that they had a signed lease for that location, which they did provide to us just a few minutes ago. We have Eric Bell. I'm sorry, I lost him.
Oh, I'm here.
Eric, are you still on? Okay. So we have Eric Bell, who is owner of the property, that location. Mr. Bell, before we begin, can you tell me what's the name of your partner?
Victoria Fernandez.
Victoria Fernandez. Okay,
The name is Ismael Fernandez. Can I ask him?
go right ahead.
Mr. Bell, do you recognize the name Ishmael Fernandez?
Yes.
Who is Ishmael Fernandez?
Well, he built the building and I'm partners with his daughter, but I'm managing member of the property.
Okay.
And one thing I just want to, kind of clear up some confusion. I've had several people inquire about putting a dispensary in the building. I've said no to every one of them. When I looked a little after, I saw something about the app on the documentation. I saw the applicant, Roberto Espinal. I know who that is. It's somebody that I've done business with. I'm an insurance broker and he owns a supermarket. So I know who it is, but obviously he doesn't know that Ishmael's not even a managing member of that LLC. And it looks like they forged his name. It wouldn't be able to sign the lease anyway.
So Ismael has no authority to sign the lease on that property, even if it was him that signed it.
Correct. But I spoke to him, and he didn't sign it either.
Okay.
Yeah. But it wouldn't matter even if he did, but he wouldn't because he doesn't have the authority to.
Okay.
So I just want to clear that up.
Thank you for that. I
Personally,
appreciate that.
I don't think it's good for the neighborhood. Personally, so that's why I said no.
Thank you. We appreciate the information and the feedback. Thank you.
Wow.
Right. Does anybody else have any questions for Mr. Bell?
He clarified it.
There's a lot of
Yeah, for real.
Okay.
I could prove I own it. I could show you all the bank records. It's costing a lot of money.
Thank you, Mr. Bell.
Is that it? Is that it?
That's it for us. Thank you. We appreciate your time and for coming back on again.
Happy New Year and drive safe.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Okay,
Where's
so we have to vote on that
Yeah, so now the vote is on for
purple cake.
Purple Cake. So at committee, we had a motion was made to send a letter of no objection to Purple Cake, dependent on them sending us a copy of the lease, which they did. And we now have feedback from the owner of the property. So we have to vote on the motion. So the motion again is sending a letter of no objection to Purple Cake located at 1927 Williamsbridge Road.
May I just real quick? Just something struck my spirit real quick, and I just have to say, so we have asked individuals to provide information if they wanted to provide information at their own volition, right? And Mr. Bell offered, and we said no immediately. And so we just went off we believe. So maybe we should take what he has offered, the information that he has offered, because we've asked people to, if they wanted to. So that was just what I wanted to say.
In this instance, really quick, I'm so sorry. In this instance, really quickly, Juan pulled up the LLC and his name is the owner of the LLC that owns that building. So
No, I totally get it. I'm just in equity and fairness. As we've been speaking to everyone, I just want to be fair and equitable across the board.
Absolutely.
So that's where I'm coming from. He offered it. We didn't ask.
Wait, no. So what happened was Espinal came and represented that he had a lease.
A signed lease.
Yeah, I was watching.
There was information that he did not have a lease. So then we asked him to produce the lease. He produced the lease. It had the name of a different gentleman. So we asked Mr. Bell for the information. So we took I thought we took every information that Mr. Bell had to offer. as well as the information that Mr. Espinal had to offer.
Right.
And now we have to make decisions.
No, now I guess, I guess ultimately at this point in time, we do. I just like to,
Right, if we
say
had-
that for the
I get
record.
that. If we had concerns on whether or not Mr. Bell, if we hadn't looked it up to see.
Right.
then we-
Like, I don't know Mr. Bell.
None of us.
And I don't know the other guy, right? And so if I'm saying, if I'm, so that's my point. And I don't want to belabor the process. I just want to have an equitable and fair process. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with that, but I think we need to, what is the question? Right? The question is, should we agree with this or not?
That's
Well,
the vote comes in.
So I'm,
What-
that's why I'm a little.
I think we have to
confused with all
vote
the
the
other
motion down, right?
No,
Well,
no.
I'm not gonna,
Because
I'm not
you're
gonna
not-
direct them on how to
Yeah.
vote, but that's the motion that we have right now. Is there any other discussion on it?
Jeanette.
Phyllis has her.
The
Jeanette?
problem is.
Okay, go ahead, Jeanette.
I simply wanted to say that we are going to, I believe, get more and more applications for this type of business.
Yes.
I have no opposition to a legally and properly run business of this nature. Unfortunately, we are going to have to deal with many circumstances where it's simply going to be not legal and not run properly. And we have to figure out a way to circumvent all that knowledge. I do agree with Serena that we have to have one set of standards and rules. What impressed me tonight was that our new councilwoman took a step to try to find out information and provide us with this information, which was helpful to me. I'm glad that this board pushed and asked for the lease because I've reviewed it, enlarged it, have my own opinion of it, and it has proven helpful. I think that we're going to have guidelines because we're going to get more of these applications. And I think if what is happening in our neighborhood across the board, it is crucially important that we make the right decisions when we're moving forward on these motions. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeanette. And just so everybody knows, we're trying to put together a questionnaire, which I have to reach back out to Jeremy and Chris about, similar to that of the SLA that we have for those applicants. I am open to everyone from the board sending me their recommendations or suggestions of what we should put together. So, and anything that we can legally require them to submit to us. Most of the time, stuff we ask them is if they would like to, we can't require them to send it to us. Like the lease, he didn't have to send it if he didn't want to. We simply say, if you wouldn't mind sending it to us. We can't tell them it's required because it's not. But whatever we can legally ask them to send to us, we will. So whatever the board wants, if anybody has any suggestions, please email them to me. We're trying to put it together as quickly as possible. The holidays put a little delay into that, but I want to get this out sooner than later. Tiz?
Hi, not only was there a question with his lease, but also the person listed as the CEO on his LLC, Emmy Serrano. He claims to not know who the person is. How do you not know your CEO? So there was more than just the lease question here.
Phyllis, that was verified to be, so Bob clarified for us, Emmy Serrano is actually an expediter who actually files these papers for them.
So the question is, why is she putting herself
Exactly.
down as the CEO?
As the CEO, and why does he not know who she is?
He probably doesn't know the names of all the expediters. That's just out there, but I think the bigger question is we need to inquire about who Emmy Serrano is.
Yes.
And
Because she
why
comes up in
she's
multiple-
putting her name and different titles on different applications.
Now, he alluded to the fact that she works filing these, for them, expediting these applications for them. And he was saying that the Latino Cannabis Association is who's helping him with this. So would it be prudent of us, or should we contact the Latino Cannabis Association and try to have them come in here
Yes.
and then talk about it? Because we haven't just gotten one application. We've gotten
Right.
various
To
applications.
verify
with-
if she's actually with them and if
Right.
she's not, I mean, we could still have them come in to, but if she's not with them and she's with OCM or somebody else who's helping to expedite these We need
Still
to find
find
out
out.
where she is and have.
And why is she putting her name as CEO? And are these business owners becoming victim of some grand scheme?
Yeah.
Right, exactly, right.
With all this research and doing all of these things when we don't have their, like, like, we're doing all of this work, but what are we trying to find out?
By the way, it's not 100% accurate that we don't have a standard. And many of the members of the Economic Development Committee have looked at the regulations for OCM. We kind of have an idea, we not kind of, we know what OCM is looking at and what it is. But we might not have a standard form like we do for the liquor licenses, but we do have a very strong idea of what it is that we're looking for. Some of the questions that we ask allude to the questions that are being considered by OCM in the regulations.
That also being
OCM
said,
is looking at leasing information.
They're looking at that, they're looking at people that are people that have an economic interest in it, they're looking at their compliance with the law and whether they have, sold cannabis products without a license.
Having the lease is a prerequisite from OCM to
Correct.
even go
If
into.
they're
the
local
application
versus out of state, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
So that's why I'm a little.
You're trying to get to the.
The application. Not us, right? I'm just asking.
No, right, but again,
Basically, what we're doing here is we're looking into people who are going for the cannabis license to see what we find at our level, but also because we want to vet these people to see if they're people who we would like to be holding businesses in our
Right.
community. We don't want someone who's going to be doing things under the table or against the law, who has a history of that, to necessarily open up a business here. I mean, that's not to say that somebody who has a past criminal record can't open a business here, but it depends on the circumstances, like what's going on right now, what businesses are they in right now. So that's why we're here, to vet the people who are want to come into our community, open businesses, to make sure that they will actually be good for the community. We don't want to have a whole bunch of criminal activity or anything. If we can identify that at the beginning, that's just and we're just a referral. We can't say, don't get them, don't give them a license. We're just a referral.
OCM is the final decision.
Yeah.
Even if we deny this lease, the OCM will make their final decision.
Right.
Because for some reason, in my head, something went wrong here. This guy probably signed this lease, but because he's under pressure right now with the council lady, he's saying something different. Listen on what he's saying, the other guy. So he's saying, when he's went to say that part of it is very quiet. You gotta watch how people talk. And I deal with these things a lot, so I know. So this guy actually signed this lease because under pressure, they are doing different things. That's why I'm saying you should just approve it, let it OCM deal with the lease. And if they commit a fraud, the landlord can take them to court.
I disagree. I don't think we should approve it because it's obviously fraudulent. The landlord came on and said that Ismael cannot sign any lease.
We just vote.
Okay.
Up, down, sideways.
So,
whatever
is there any other discussion other than what's already been said?
That has to be voted down.
No, okay.
You just vote.
Now, I'll say the motion one more time, and I'll direct the board to please vote how you feel is the right way to vote. Don't pressure each other. Everyone vote the way they feel, please. The motion is to send a letter of no objection to the OCM for Purple Cake located at 1927 Williamsbridge Road.
I second.
I do not agree.
Oh, wait, hold on. We don't need a second because we did it in committee. So now we already had discussion. Because we have people on WebEx, I'm going to ask, are there any objections?
Yes.
I object.
I object.
I object too.
I object.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a roll call.
I
Jared?
object.
Let me run over here and put it.
I did feel a little more.
It seems like the objections were over.
Objections
Just
won.
everybody,
You can do a
whoever,
voice- you can do a
whoever's
voice.
a one member, please make sure you have your video on, please.
Do we need to do
Yeah.
roll call vote?
Yes,
I think we need a roll call.
Okay, so restate the motion, so everybody be quiet, please. And just restate the
First-
motion so we're clear.
if you are a board member, I need to have your camera on for your vote to be counted and for attendance to be counted. So if you have your camera off, please turn it on. Now, the motion again is to send a letter of no objection to the OCM for Purple Cake located at 1927 Williamsbridge Road.
Okay?
object,
No. We're going to do a roll call vote.
finally.
All right. Uh,
A first, we can cut through that real quick.
Yes.
Just do A first.
Yes, just do A first.
Yeah, right?
huh?
Just do
Do
A
not
first.
waste,
Roll call, they'll just call
Can I
everybody.
just call a name and you tell me if you're in favor of the motion, against, or abstaining? I mean, I think that'd be quicker. No?
Go on, go on.
All right,
Now.
Bernard Farrar. Bernard,
Calling it.
Oh, no.
Yes or no?
she's against, right?
Yes.
Al D'Angelo.
Against.
Veronica Castro.
Against.
Hazel Mira.
Unmute.
Is Hazel in? Malcolm Gray.
Right. Nay, wait.
What?
Huh?
I'm not, I don't want to send the letters with them, so whatever that is.
Against.
Against, okay.
So just clarification, Jeremy, before we go on. If you do not want to send a letter of no objection to the OCM, your vote is against. If you want to send a letter to the OCM, your vote is for.
Right.
Yes.
And then you can have abstentions if you don't want to vote either way.
What if I want to recuse myself? Just.
I think you maybe you just want to restate the motion. That was confusing for me.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
I understood the motion better than I understand what you just said, if that matters.
So the motion again is to send a letter of no objection for Purple Cake located at 1927 Williamsbridge Road to the OCM.
Send the letter.
To send a letter of no
Send a
objection.
letter in support, basically.
Yes.
Correct.
Accurate, Gary.
Abstain.
Okay. Ryan.
Abstain.
Katie, and I missed you, sorry. Is Katie still-
I'm against it.
Okay, and then Ryan was abstained. Junior's away. Chun.
Against it.
Okay. Christine Culpepper.
Against.
Stacy Ann.
Against.
I don't know. Do we need a roll call? Angel.
Go on. Continue.
Angel.
Oh, against.
Mary.
Against.
Averill.
Against.
Ken.
Against.
I'm assuming Rabbi's not in. Wendy.
Against.
D1. So does anybody vote in favor of the motion or abstain other than against? I guess like Malcolm was saying earlier.
I think Ed is.
I'm gonna vote in favor. Just finish the roll call, Jeremy.
All right, D1.
He said against.
Okay, I didn't hear him. Debbie.
Against.
Juan.
Abstaining.
Luciano.
That's it. Abstaining, yes.
Abstaining. Okay, Roger.
Against.
Okay, Serena.
Abstaining.
Phyllis.
Against.
Naomi.
Against.
Edward.
Yes.
Susan. Oh no, she's not here. Sorry, Shraddle.
Abstain.
Juanita. She's done.
No.
Richard.
I'm against. Against.
Cynthia.
Against.
Lee.
Go.
Lee Rodriguez.
Oh, Ellie.
Against.
Joanne Rubino.
Against.
Harry. No, he's not in. Oral.
Is it oral? You think so? Oh, too fishy for me against. It's too fishy.
Okay. Lisa.
Right, just like that.
Hold on, guys.
Lisa.
Who's there?
Against.
Joseph Thompson.
Against.
Sandy.
Against.
Janice. No, not here. Dwayne.
Against.
Matt.
Janice was here.
Janice was or is?
Was.
Janice is in. I let her back in.
Okay.
Muted.
Show pictures. Is she her?
She's not here.
Hold on, she's here, she's here.
I don't see her on the screen anymore.
Janice is there, she's muted. Hold on. I'm trying to, hold on. Janice, can you hear me?
It's already one.
Is she on the phone or does she have a camera?
Screen.
Try it now.
Janice?
There, she's unmuted now. Janice?
Yes, I'm against.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Wayne, said against,
Yes, again.
and Jeanette.
Against.
All right, with only one member in favor of the motion fails.
Okay.
I think we're done. That's it? So.
No, we still have
Should have, yeah.
The other one is tabled.
creative balance. We do creative balance?
We didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Do creative balance.
Creative balance.
We skipped that one so we could go to.
Wait, so
purple
do we
cake, I
need to,
think.
wait, sorry, I'm sorry. So now we have to make a motion to submit a letter of objection for Purple Cake, correct? Because the motion to submit a letter of no objection failed.
Right. We don't have to make any, we don't do anything.
Well, but
Oh,
no, but
If
otherwise,
if somebody wants to make the motion, they can, but we're not required to make.
but then OCM would not have an opinion for us
Right,
whatsoever.
exactly, yeah.
We're not required to do it, that's.
I understand, that's not. It's up to
Do
you.
we want to submit an opinion?
It's up to you.
It's the question.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to send
I'm
a letter of
abstaining.
objection.
There you go.
Thank you.
I second.
I second.
Okay, so
Okay.
that's, who seconded it first?
Malcolm.
Malcolm,
Mary, second by, yeah, okay.
Thank you for saying.
letter of objection, okay. Do we need to have a discussion on it?
No.
Okay,
We don't need to do a roll call
we
either.
don't have to do a
Well,
roll
we
call.
need to supply the red flags, don't we, to OCM?
Yes. the board did
Discrepancy.
say that.
Yeah.
That's what the letter will say.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Has to be written.
Why don't we just ask if there's anybody who objects to that or abstaining?
We are,
Okay,
Yeah.
so that'll be faster.
yeah. So no roll call. So, because we have people on WebEx, I'm going to ask, do we have any objections to sending a letter of, no, a letter of objection to the OCM for Purple Cake? Do we have any
I'm
abstentions?
abstaining, okay.
Okay. We have Ryan, Rich, Ed Perez, Serena, Edgar, Juan, Angel, Purdom. And that, and Joe Thompson, and I think that's it, and I don't see any hands up on the WebEx, so Jeremy, we have that recorded.
Yep.
Who,
So we'll get a final vote tally for the minutes.
okay,
So motion
Motion
carries.
passes.
Well,
yeah,
Where's the last one?
motion carries with abstentions. I don't remember how many, but we have those for the record. Okay, and then, so we have Creative Balance and Lydic Supermarket we have to vote on, so Creative Balance.
So that we send a letter, yes, creative balance.
Creative Balance, we voted in committee to send a letter of no objection. I'm sorry, wait, yeah, a letter of no objection for Creative Balance to the OCM. They're located at 1402 Blondell Avenue. Again, just for a quick recap, that Blondell Avenue is mostly automotive and industrial area where there's no residential. This place is also advised us that they will be looking into micro growing, I think it's called, basically to grow plants on the premises. They're looking to get that license, so that's something also that they advised us of. So is there any discussion on this location? Okay, does somebody want to say something?
Yes, I have a question. If they have this micro garden in the back, is there an egress if need be to get a second egress to leave the premises if there is a problem? Say God forbid a fire or something.
I'm sure there will be, that's not the focus really of our review of the application, but, that is a good point. We did not ask them that, but I think that's probably going to be a prerequisite. If they do set up a growing area, they're gonna have to have multiple egresses.
Yeah, I think that should be listed in any application.
Okay.
I thought we weren't allowed to because of the buildings department.
That's also.
This is the buildings department, thing,
Yeah,
that's
so
why.
Not
Yeah.
part of the thing, yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else? Any other discussion? Okay, then again, I'll ask, are there any objections to this motion?
So I do have a quick question. I don't know within the purview that it falls under because you guys know better than I. But in terms of traffic and congestion and who, and how many days a week, so how are they delivering their products or is it being sold?
They haven't started growing it yet. They are looking to grow it and they will be delivering it. They're gonna be delivering it to the places directly. They won't deliver it to anyone unless they prove that they are 18 or older.
For what
21.
places?
Well,
So other
whoever they.
retailers, so
yeah.
they're
So
gonna do
it's
like wholesale.
Retailers?
Yeah, so they're gonna sell it to other licensed retailers, I believe.
And they have to
Like
provide an
across New York City?
Yeah, and they can't sell outside of New York State, so technically they could sell like in Rockland County.
Yeah, as long as
because
it's within New York
But
State.
the person has to provide an ID at the time of order and at the time of receiving the order.
Right.
Okay, so no one will be coming to pick up, but it's more of them growing and delivering?
So they're gonna have both types of
Both.
business. So in the front, they're gonna have retail, in the back, they're gonna have the processing facility.
Okay.
And if I remember correctly, they did say that they would also have, they were thinking about online delivery to
Right.
Well,
individuals.
no, the online like you can place
Right,
an
they're
order
not-
online, but it has to be delivered, like somebody from who
Right,
works there
no,
will be
I'm-
delivering it and
won't be
verifying
just
the
to-
ID.
It's not just to retail customers, it could also be to, not just the stores, it could also be to individuals, I believe is what they said.
Okay,
If I remember
so I
correctly.
guess my question was more about congestion and, the streets and all of that. But if there's delivery and then there's pickup as well?
Once they start, yeah, with their
Somebody
own
said it's
product.
an industrial area, so most.
Yeah,
Yes,
that section of.
shouldn't be a
problem. Commercial, total cars that are being repaired.
But that's also the same block that, just so everybody's aware, that's also the same block that they're building, Blondale Commons. And also at 1400, there is a 200-bed single men shelter in the process of being built. So that is gonna be a pretty active street that is not in the mainstream, but right off of East Tremont Avenue by the, just, so you know, it will become very active. So.
Sunshine has a
Yeah,
question.
Chun Chun has her hand raised.
I think my question is our community really want like a wheat shop and a wheat farm in here? Like, I feel like I'm hearing a
Oh, shoot. Sorry, Chun Chun. That was me.
Did you kick her out?
No, I
No.
just muted her. Sorry. I was trying to lower her hand. Unmute yourself, Chun Chun. I apologize.
Oh no, no worry. So I'm just wanted to be considering of like the neighbor, like do we really need all this wheat shop and farm in our neighborhood? I'm hearing that a lot of people do not want it. And it's just really a big concern that I'm seeing a lot popping up everywhere. And I mean, I personally don't like it. I think that the smell just really disgusts me, and I feel like it creating more crime, and it's just no good for the community. So I'm always gonna be against having another wheat shop. That's just my own opinion, but I also think that like I representing the people that living in here, and I don't think that they would like to have another one like that in here. So that's my opinion. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
So Chun Chun, right? I get it. I understand, right? This is your point of view, and a lot of people share that. And then there are a lot of people that share a different perspective, right? And just being, this is something that we, right, this committee in particular, is going to have to be facing. It's just going to become the norm. And so I think we need to be ready for what the norm is going to be, set standards, do those things, maybe create a map of our district and how many dispensaries we have in our district, what is starting to look like what we have already so that we can better determine what we are going to agree to or not agree to. But this is something that is that's presented before us and that we have to address and tackle. I see you, Sam.
How about in here? So we have had this discussion before. It is on the YouTube channel. You can check out the Economic Development Committee. We have brought OCM. We've done presentations. You can learn about the process there. I believe the question at hand right now is whether we're sending a letter of no objection or objection about the cannabis dispensary. sake of
Creative.
time and the weather, I would really love if you could help me.
So thank you, Chung Chung.
Now, Malcolm is right. There was a discussion on.
Just one, can I just say one more thing? To one thing with regards to the amount, I think at the town hall, one of the questions was that there is a restricted amount of legal dispensaries that will be per district. So, I don't think I think that is gonna be a consideration.
So, Jeanette,
vote.
if we
Let's-
want
yeah.
to add that there should be balance, the same way the Bronx unfortunately has become the recipient of a disproportionate amount of shelters. I do not want to see the Bronx become the recipient of a disproportionate amount of dispensaries and retail cannabis stores. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay. I'm assuming there's no further discussion. Okay, so again, the motion is to send a letter of no objection to Creative Balance Group, 1402 Blondell Avenue. Do we have any objections? We have 2 objections, Ken and Jeanette and
Naomi.
And Naomi. That's it in the room. Do we have any online? We have Al. We have Wendy
Chun Chun.
and Chun Chun. Okay, let me just, and
One on the top right.
Avril
So-
and Oral. And I think that's it online and in the room.
Sandy,
And Sandy
Debbie.
and Debbie and Janet, did you have your hand up?
And Stacy Ann.
And Stacy Ann. Okay,
Thompson. We go Thompson.
Joe Thompson. Okay, do we have any abstentions?
I'm abstaining.
We have Malcolm's abstaining,
Serena.
Serena's abstaining, Angel is abstaining.
Well, I hope you're saying everything out.
I'm
That's
abstaining.
Debbie.
So
I'm
Chris-
Christine.
Chris-
I think
Christine has raised her
Christine's
hand
hand.
also.
They might be tied with the abstentions.
abstaining.
Who's that?
I'm abstaining.
No,
Rubino,
abstaining.
Rubino is abstaining.
We may have to have another roll call because
I think so.
Well, let's count the yays, right? Because then that
No, I think.
that might be like 10 people, like 5 people. Yeah, because a lot of people are, yeah,
Oh, ask for it, ask it. Would you have to have the abstains?
in the room,
I know, those are no.
who in the room now?
Polite no.
Guys,
Order.
in the room now, who is for the motion? 1, 2,
the letter of objection.
just, who is,
Letter of no objection.
send the letter of no objection?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So we have Dewan, Ryan, Rich, Ed, Cynthia, Roger, Dwayne, Edgar, Juan, Mary, Ellie, Ellie, Veronica, and that's it? You're 4? And Purdom.
How many is that?
Okay,
13?
13.
No, they counted me.
Yeah, 13.
Online.
Now online, please raise your hand if you're for sending a letter of no objection for Creative Balance. Tiz, that's 14.
Christine.
And
No, Christine.
Christine?
No.
No, Christine's hand is up for
She
something else.
dies.
Okay, so we have 14. And how many do we have
Maybe
present?
20 something.
Oh, God.
Yeah, what dies on the floor?
We have 22 and 14.
Pass.
4.
It doesn't pass.
No, it doesn't.
Most of us are 4.
No.
No, only 4.
Abstentions.
Oh,
Remember that. The polite no's. It's polite no's or no.
polite no's.
You.
Not necessarily true. We don't have
It's
certain
literally
things
like
like
saying no comment.
Veronica, and I don't know if it's still up from before, if she does have a question.
Hold on. So-
that was the hand up for the abstention.
Okay, so, at this point, the motion fails.
Yep.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, one more. So do we have any other motion for Creative Balance? Nobody has another motion for Creative Balance?
For us to send a letter of objection?
If we want to have something on record, it's up to the
think-
board.
I would like to make a motion to send a letter of objection with the application for Creative Balance.
I'll second it.
Joe, you seconded, Joe?
Yep, Joe seconds it.
I
Okay.
My contribution.
No discussion needed, I hope. Okay. So all those who object to sending a letter of objection to the OCM for creative balance, please raise your hand. Objections, we have, here we, what?
We're objecting to the application.
Right.
Same one.
Then it's less-
Objecting, objecting.
No.
Objection to send the letter of objection.
Letter of objection.
We're objecting to send the letter of objection.
Okay.
Yes, this is the.
Yeah, we don't want to send.
So for clarity, the motion is to send a letter of objection to the OCM for creative balance on Blondell Avenue.
Yeah.
All those against, raise your hands. Here we go again. Dewan, Oral, Cynthia, Rich, Ryan, Malcolm, Ed, Roger, Angel, Edgar, Juan, Mary, Ellie, Veronica.
Sorry.
Oral has withdrawn his vote for that. All right, so how many is that? Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
He has his hand up too.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. In the room on screen, we have 1, 2, 2.
Wait a minute.
That's 16.
Can you clarify the motion for Tiz?
Yeah.
Clarify for
Okay,
Tiz.
so the
Yeah, we all
motion,
voted wrong.
again, the motion is to send a letter of objection for creative balance. So again, on screen, if you're objecting to the motion and you don't want a letter of objection to be sent, raise your hand.
Online.
Online only. All right, so we have Tiz.
I'm getting tired.
All right.
Sandy.
Sandy put her hand up.
Yeah.
And Sandy. Okay, so that's 16.
So, yeah, so
We're not saying nothing.
No.
Lisa puts her hand up too.
Raise hand.
What happened?
I gotta go, man.
So-
Start working this morning.
Right?
All right, so I guess we're not sending a letter. It looks like that motion fails.
democracy at work.
So OCM will do whatever they want.
Right, it's up to them. Let them do what it is.
Okay. To be honest, of all places, I thought this was gonna be the easiest one because it was not in a residential corridor whatsoever. I thought this was gonna be easy peasy, but I guess not,
People
so.
voted not knowing.
I
Now,
wasn't there.
I'm sending a letter of referral at all to the OCM for that one. The next is Leidig,
We should want in our name.
Leidig Supermarket. A motion was made in committee to send a letter of objection to Leidig Supermarket located at 711 Leidig Avenue. Do we have any discussion on it?
Please repeat that.
A letter of objection.
Yes.
Much people talking.
Veronica, can you please repeat that? And everybody else in the room, can you please quiet the cross conversation because it's really impossible for us to hear it over here on WebEx.
All right, we will.
Okay. Hold a comment, Veronica.
All right,
I feel like time.
It's not funny. I don't find this funny.
All right, guys.
all right. I appreciate everybody just keeping their comments to themselves right now so we could get through this motion. So the motion on the table right now is to send a letter of objection to the OCM regarding Leidig Supermarket located at 711 Leidig Avenue. This was voted on in committee, so we don't need a second. Do we have any discussion regarding this location? Okay, I'll ask. Are there any objections to sending the letter of objection to the OCM? Okay, are there any abstentions? We have one abstention for Edgar, one for Ryan. Anybody else? One for Purdom. Anybody else online? Okay, motion passes.
Oh, that was easy.
All right. I think we're good.
Okay, so
There's no new business, no business.
thank you, everybody.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Yes. Motion to adjourn. Hold on. So motion to adjourn.
I second.
Seconded. Any other discussion? All right, the time is now 9:53. Thank you, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Have a good night.
Thank you, everybody.
Happy New Year.
New Year.
This is what